Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing extremely well. So today in this video we have Britati with us. Let me tell you that she has four offers currently. She's from 22 batch. So she is holding offers from TCS, Wipro, Cognizant and IBM as well. So first of all, congratulations Britati for having these many offers, and I hope that you will get many like this. Also, thanks a lot for coming on our platform to share your interview experience. So let me tell you guys that today in this video, she'll be sharing her Cognizant interview experience, that basically how she prepared for the online assessment for the interview as well. So we are going to cover everything in depth. Make sure to watch the complete video if you are preparing for the same. So now I'm giving the complete floor to Britati. You can start with your introduction.
So hi, Soumya, thank you for inviting me to do this interview with you. I hope it will be helpful to many more future candidates who will be appearing for Cognizant exam and the interview. So I'm a final year IT student, and the placement season has been going pretty well till now.
Okay, so this
So far.
placement was on campus, or all of the offers that you are holding currently, they all are off campus?
No, the Cognizant one was on campus. The Cognizant reached out to our TPU and then it was held. But the rest are kind of off campus. Like TCS held this drive, Ninja Drive for 2022 students.
Yeah.
Wipro also had a drive. And the IBM one was they were holding a women recruitment drive for women only. So that was they informed our TPU and then that was held.
Okay, great. So let me tell you that how we are going to start. First of all, we'll be coming to your online assessment, and then later on we'll cover your interview rounds. So you can start with your online assessment, like how many sections were there and like how basically you prepared for them. What was the difficulty level and all?
Yeah, so I appeared for the Cognizant Gen C exam, and it was held towards the beginning of September 2021. And the sections were there were three sections: numerical ability, logical reasoning, and English.
Yeah.
So the platform was you can't go to the next question unless you have finished the first question, and each question didn't have a specific timer or something, but the overall section, every section had a specific time to it, like 20 minutes for this, 50 minutes for this, like so. So I prepared for this was purely an aptitude based on aptitude this exam was. So I prepared for it for in the month of August. I started preparing for it.
Okay.
Basically go through the previous year questions, the sections they basically focus on, that kind of things I practiced.
So
So
it
yeah.
was having a negative marking or not?
I don't remember.
Okay,
It
that's
didn't
fine.
have negative marking.
Okay, so I guess there should be no negative marking. Okay, then so what was the difficulty level according to you? Like there were questions were difficult, or if you are having basic understanding, you will be able to solve.
The English section was pretty easy, and the rest were like of standard difficulty.
Okay.
You should be able to crack it, but if you have like a little bit of previous practice, or you prepare beforehand, so that will be beneficial, of course.
Yeah, obviously it will be. So what are the resources you followed for the preparation? Like any particular site or something you followed, or how you prepared?
I would put on Google, search for previous year aptitude questions that were asked in this exam. Other than that, I would prepare for aptitude from YouTube only.
Okay. So yeah, even
And
like
another,
yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, I referred to a book for there is a book, Arihan's book. I referred to it for logical reasoning.
Okay, okay. Yeah, definitely that what you mentioned is definitely helpful, and also previous year questions are must to do. No matter how much prepared you are, previous year questions definitely give you an idea that what is the difficulty level of the question that they do are asking. So when you come to know that you have been selected for the next round.
So after a couple of weeks, like towards the end of September, we got a mail that your interview has been scheduled. We You will be notified like 2 days before or one day before. It
Okay.
will be notified to your TPO and it will come to you as well by mail. And
Okay.
then the interview was held on 26th September.
Okay. Great. So now you can start telling us about the rounds you have been through in the interview and overall, like what kind of questions were asked and all. Yeah.
So the interviewer started by asking me to introduce myself. And then he proceeded to ask me what kind of projects I have done and asked me to explain a bit about my projects. Then he went on to ask me about some basic CS questions. The questions were focused mainly on basic programming, OOPS concepts, like what is struct, what is abstraction, what is encapsulation. The OOPS concepts were covered. And some DBMS questions as well, like what is the primary key, what is relational database, what is entity, stuff like that.
So is this like they were going through your resume, like whatever you have mentioned in your resume, that kind of questions were they were asking, or it's just random question they were
They,
putting up?
they did go through my resume, and my resume also had a part where I mentioned that I have done a training on machine learning. So they asked me questions from machine learning as well, like what is unsupervised and supervised learning, give examples, what is logical regression, linear regression,
Okay.
stuff like that. Other than that, there were aptitude questions asked as well in the interview itself.
The
Like
technical
the
ones.
uh, technical questions were asked, but after that,
Achha,
he asked
okay.
me aptitude questions.
So what kind of questions they were, like some sort of difficult or tricky puzzle based questions?
First, he asked me, there was a chat box, so he pasted a question over there. It was based on relations, like this is related to so and so is related to, and so what is the relationship between these people? The another one was like a ratio type of someone is twice someone's age, and before 12 years back the ratio was so, 12 years after the ratio is this, what is the present age, like this. So I solved both of them. Then he also asked me, the interviewer also asked me a guesstimate. Like he told me, like suppose you have to tell me that how many people in a certain area where nose pins have piercings, like stuff like that, guesstimate. So with that, I didn't know what a guesstimate was, so he explained to me and I answered it like you have to make assumptions, like suppose 50% of suppose like female population only wear piercings, mostly wear piercings, so you can do stuff like that, like 50% is suppose female, out of them an age range you can give. So if you google it, you will get about everything about guesstimate.
Okay. So you were able to answer all of the questions, or is there were some questions as well that you were not able to answer? And if not, so what was your response for them?
So I answered most of the questions. Um, some I couldn't answer, like some questions on machine learning and this guesstimate one. So I was very honest with whatever I felt, like how much I could. I give him the answer, and he said that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I asked this point because generally what happened is that students are not able to answer one or two to three questions, and they are just making assumptions that I am not selected and all. So it's just that it's fine if you are not able to answer one or two questions. Even they do understand, and obviously not everyone can answer all the questions. So it's just two to three questions you are not able to answer. You can simply be genuine and you can just tell them that you are not aware of it. Okay, then great. So, what was your next round after TR, and how you come, like when you come to know that you are shortlisted for the next one?
So in the technical round itself, some HR questions was also asked.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
are you a team player or do you like to go solo? Stuff like that. And explain with example, like a situation in your life where you have been. So you have to give example of a situation where you ex- uh, where you displayed leadership skills or stuff like that. Other questions were like, do you want to go for a startup or a service based company?
Mhm.
Suppose you have a scholarship to study abroad, will you choose that or will you go for a service based company?
So
Tricky
what you
questions
answer?
like,
I'm curious to know, like, obviously, what if I were at your place, so you know what I should. So you,
so when,
what did you answer at that time?
yeah, so when the interview asked me like, would you go for a startup or a service based company, so I said that it depends. I would analyze the situation, like how the startup company is doing currently, if there is job security or not, and based on a lot of factors I would
Mhm.
then decide the package and several other factors.
Well,
Yeah,
I
so
should say, yeah, this was a smart and obviously a genuine answer. That's what we will
yeah,
obviously analyze. It's not just randomly we will say service based. So yeah, this was a great answer.
I didn't
Oh,
like so he asked me 2 to 3 questions, like, so where you would be you would be tempted to answer that obviously I go for startup or obviously I'll go for a product based, but add some ambiguity to it, and
mhm.
like don't directly say that no, I wouldn't choose service based at all or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Like I can see that you handled the situation very smartly. That's good.
so like when he said that will you go for that yeah, abroad studies if you have a full scholarship and all, yeah, in that I said that so I have like a gap in education. I
Mhm.
passed out in 2016, and I joined BTech in 2018. So he asked me about that. Why do you have a gap? So I said that I was preparing for medical entrance exams. So
Mhm.
this question, I kind of use that. I said that since I already have a gap, I think it's more beneficial if I join a job now and have some gain some experience, and later on I can pursue higher studies if I want to.
Yeah, that's also a good answer, I should say. So there was no specific, or I should say, there was no specific or round for you, any HR round. Just in TR itself, he asked both TR questions as well and HR questions as well. So this was the case with you, right?
In the TR round only, they asked me TR questions, aptitude questions, and HR questions as well. There was another round held a couple of days after, but
Mhm.
in that we were asked to. It was basically a document verification kind of round. We were asked to show our documents, mark sheets, identity card, and that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you got the final mail about your selection in the Cognizant?
Uh, I got it like in towards the beginning of October, after after about a week of the interview.
Okay. So, well, it was great to have to listen to your all your journey, that how you got placed in Cognizant. So, what is your advice for your juniors and whoever is preparing for the same, that how they should prepare for Cognizant and what are the resources and like what are the skills they should brush up on for the preparation?
Yeah, so firstly, I would ask them not to worry at
Mm-hmm.
all, and have their concepts clear. That would be helpful with all the companies, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have an interview upcoming, like you have only 2 or 3 days, you should always try to brush up on some of the previous year questions, like usually the questions that are asked in interviews and so, and also search for company specific questions, like in that way you will get to know that this company focuses on this area. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Confident,
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
regardless.
I'm sure that obviously this will help a lot to most of the students, and that's what we are trying to do here just recording all your interview experience just to help them out, that they can understand that how to prepare, because every company has their specific criteria. One thing also I want to mention that you mentioned as well, that resume, so that is also very important. Whatever you have mentioned, that's why I always say that please don't put extra stuff, because they are going to ask everything that you have mentioned in your resume. So just go through your resume as well, that whatever you have mentioned, that you are confident about it. Rest, everything was fine, and again it was great to have you here on our platform. All the best for your future.
Thanks for having me. Same to you.
Thank you.